All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to have you once again on The Truth with Ben Jokes, your trusted channel for political analysis. Today is 27th of May, Children's Day. And can we honestly say that the future of the Nigerian child is auspicious? Over 60% of Nigerian homes today struggle to feed. Is that how you raise good children? By starving them? 2.9 million Nigerian children suffer from malnutrition, UNICEF reveals. Many of our children are in IDP camps across Nigeria as we speak. Then you want to look at the aspect of education. UNESCO puts the figure of out-of-school children in Nigeria at 20 million in their last rating. So, should the Nigerian child hope for a great future? What about the loans that Tinubu took in the last few months? Some of them are to be repaid over 20 years. And there is a moratorium of 10 years, meaning payment begins in 2035. The first 10 years will be free. 2035, a 3-year-old child today will be 13. Then his country will start paying huge loans that he knows nothing about, that he benefited nothing from. The APC is out to completely destroy the future of this country. That is why we continue to advocate that Nigeria must get them out. Now, let us look at the top story. The northern faction of the APC, which is basically Buhari's CPC faction, is making it continually obvious that Tinubu will be on his own by 2027. They have had it coming, but what they did in this latest event says it all. The Northern APC made a huge statement that shows that the party is about to completely collapse, leaving only Tinubu and the governors and senators that have defected to him. The Buhari CPC faction of the APC, for the first time, openly endorsed the urgent need for another political party. And this statement from them has sent fear into Tinubu's camp. Before I show you details of these top stories and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video.
Based on this particular issue that I mentioned, on a constant basis, he has already made it clear that he's not going to be in any coalition that does not talk about the issue of healthcare, education.
Yeah, I'm not talking about those things. I understand that. And we all know that he's been very forthright and he's been very visible in terms of his opposition sort of work and his attempts to connect with the Nigerian people. What I'm saying is, what shape is his attempt to be part of that coalition going to take? Is he going to leave the Labour Party and become part of a new coalition if he's convinced that that is the vehicle via which they can put up a strident challenge in 2027?
Let me give you an analogy.
Yeah.
When you are going into an alliance or a coalition, you either go with your political party. The political party have not been talking yet, but individuals are talking to themselves. And the reasons why they are talking is very, very clear. And he is going there and say, look, when it comes to that particular period of time that we are going to choose a platform, that discussion will be made. But at this point in time, the discussion is based on the interests of the Nigerian people, which is more interesting to him.
So he's sussing people out and sussing the coalition out to see if they're on the same page with him.
That is the discussion, because there's a mutual understanding and agreement. You can see that he addressed the northern part of the country, large gathering.
Indeed.
Very interesting gathering.
It was. I watched it.
Yes, and then he was able to say, ABC, the situation of Nigeria is gone beyond your expectation. If you measure our interests as regard to issue of agriculture, we could move Nigerians out of poverty. If you measure yourself into the issue, he's been to Almajiri schools. You're talking about a Peter Obi who went to Almajiri school, even their toilet. He's helping them even building their homes where they stay. That is concern for the people. Not only that, he connects with the northern youth. At the moment now, he even helped in supporting some of their entrepreneurial programs. That is the area of you trying to get people out of poverty. On a continuous basis, it's about the people. It's not about himself. So that makes him different. So anywhere there is a coalition interested in such a position, he is very much interested in it.
You heard that. That was Dr. Tanko Yunusa, the spokesperson of Peter Obi. And of course, the qualities of Peter Obi are known to all. His contributions to northern Nigeria in the last 2 years have been more than Tinubu's contribution at the same time period. Because while Tinubu is giving money to northern governors and northern lawmakers to embezzle, Peter Obi is going to the grassroots solving problems. And if you think Obi is just doing all those things as campaign tactics, I'll ask you, did Tinubu do that when he was campaigning? No. And secondly, other politicians that are aspiring for that same presidential seat, are they doing that? The answer is no. That being said, it is important to point out that with the way consultations are going now, amongst the opposition, no one can say exactly what the outcome will be. The future holds something that is definitely going to blow our minds. But what we are hoping for is that at the end of the day, we succeed. Let's take the next video from Peter Obi.
I maintain, and I still maintain, the insecurity in Nigeria, especially in the north, rests on poverty. The next phenomenon that has been mentioned and everything. I've been in the financial industry for years, and I can tell everybody this, if you can go and verify this in this country. I was in the financial industry. When you look for cash, you go to Kano. When you look for cash, you never play. Kano was number one place for cash, because then we had all the factories in Bombay, in Sharadanwa, in Sharan. Go to Kano today, those industries are not there. Go to Kaduna, there's no industry. Paper industry again in Kaduna. We used to put Kaduna Trade Fair 2 years for you to get the space. Today nobody goes there. We used to go to Meduguri for cash. Today nobody goes there. That is the poverty. And when you have poverty, you have criminality that you cannot control. Because when people don't know where the next thing will come from, you can never control your action.
You heard that. Peter Obi speaking there at the Northern Political Consultative Group meeting held in Abuja. He spoke for over 9 minutes without reading from a book as usual, and he was rolling out facts. I didn't even get the part where he began rolling out the statistics. I think I'll bring you that part in the next video. There is nothing as presidential as this. He said the insecurity in northern Nigeria is caused mainly by poverty, and they clapped. When he said that in 2022, the same people clapping now attacked him. They said he was, denigrating northern Nigeria. Today he has said it and they are clapping. It means things have changed. They have seen the fact of the matter, because even APC, as clueless as they are, have accepted that this level of insecurity is hugely connected with poverty. But of course, we know that they are the chief sponsors, and they relied on the poverty of the people to recruit them against Jonathan. When you listen to the full version of this speech, you will realize that Peter Obi eats Nigeria. He sleeps Nigeria, he drinks Nigeria, and breathes Nigeria. That is why this man knows so much about this country. And I hope that with this kind of forum and many more that I know will come, Nigerians will be able to come together, keep sentiments aside, and make the right decision as to how we challenge Tinubu in 2027 to get him out of power. Now, let us look at the top story. The Buhari faction of the APC, call it the CPC or northern faction of the APC, have publicly rubbished Tinubu's government. Through one of their spokespersons, Malami, they called the endorsement of Tinubu by Akpabio and the others a stupid and disgraceful move. And now, for the first time, they are openly calling for the formation of another political party urgently to get rid of the APC. And this signals the imminent collapse of the APC, because they will be pulling out, and Tinubu is said to be left with only northern governors and lawmakers who are not even loyal to him. Look at how the papers reported it. Former AGF Malami has accused APC of ignoring insecurity and poverty while prematurely endorsing Tinubu for 2027, abandoning governance amid hardship. Former Attorney General of Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami weekend slammed the governing All Progressive Congress APC for being insensitive to the plight of citizens and prioritizing politics. Malami said instead of addressing serious issues of insecurity, economic hardship, and rising poverty, APC had chosen to focus on politics, endorsing Bola Tinubu ahead of an election that was still 2 years away. Malami spoke on Sunday in Abuja at the National Political Consultative Group meeting with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former presidential candidate Peter Obi, and former Governor of Rivers State Chibuike Amechi in attendance. That was as northern delegates to the National Coalition resolved to present a unified front in political choice going forward. According to him, reckless decisions by the Tinubu administration have crippled agriculture, which was the backbone of the North. Delegates resolved that the North must proceed with a united front in political choice going forward to ensure the region gets maximum return in national political participation. Accordingly, the communique urged that the political platform on which the interest of region would be pursued should be unveiled urgently. Did you get that last paragraph? Let me take it again. Accordingly, the communique urged that the political platform on which the interest of region would be pursued should be unveiled urgently. Now, some of you may come and say, why is Malami and why is the Buhari faction coming out to complain now? Why didn't they complain when Buhari was there and things were also difficult? Well, that is not my business. My business is that the CPC and the ACN came together to form the APC. And now the CPC is obviously going to break out of the APC. So the party APC is going to scatter. The implosion of the APC is imminent. It's right before our eyes now. And that is what I want. That is what every patriotic Nigerian should want. Because with the APC in power, this country is doomed. And you can continue to doubt and deny, but little by little, the Tinubu's camp is being deserted. You need to look deeper to see this. The only people still frolicking around Tinubu are the APC governors and lawmakers. And it is not hard to see that even the northern senators and House of Rep members will betray Tinubu. Go and listen to how they talk on the floor of the Senate and the House of Reps, how they complain about insecurity, how they complain about the executives. You will know that it is only a matter of time. And the northern faction, the CPC, call it the Buhari faction of the APC, makes up for more than 3/4, 3/4 of the APC. The APC is really weak in southern Nigeria. They don't have any base in the southeast. It's only the governor, INEC, and judiciary. Those are the people that work together to give them power in the southeast. They don't have any base there amongst the people. And now that CPC faction, the northern faction that is their power, is pulling out. As it stands, Tinubu is not strong in any region in this country. Yes, he has the governors of most of the states singing his praise because he has increased their allocation. But that is all he's got. He has lost most of the few Nigerians who gave him legit votes in 2023. And once his plans to rig are blocked, he can't even get up to 3 million votes. Now, let me say something here. I expect that some people after watching this video will come into the comment section and say, Ben Jokes, why are you so fixated on getting the APC out of power? Why are you always talking about getting rid of the APC? Don't you know that all these political parties in Nigeria are the same? In case I have not answered that question, please listen again. I have made it clear many times that in my own opinion, all the political parties in this country are not the same, because I am not a liar and I am not given to political correctness or self-deceit. I was in this country under the 16 years of the PDP. And I've been in this country since the APC came in. I know the difference. If you have decided to look away from the difference because of whatever reason, that is your own opinion. In my own opinion, I cannot see white and black and say that they are the same, or black and brown and say that because they are both dull colors, they are the same. No. The APC and the PDP are not the same political parties. As we speak, the PDP does not exist anymore as a political party in my own head. But when they existed under Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, and Jonathan, Yes, there was corruption. Yes, they had their own downsides, but they were a far better political party than the APC. This APC is filled with monsters, with demons. We have never had it this bad. It is completely different from whatever we have ever seen in this country. Look at what Sheyi Tinubu is doing. When did we ever see the son of the man in Aso Rock carrying out all these kind of antics? When did we ever see it? Peter Obi narrated a story, said there was a problem, and he went to Yaradua as an APGA governor. He went to Yaradua, and Yaradua fixed the problem. He called the INEC chairman, Maurice Iwu, and fixed the problem. Look at what Tinubu is doing today. And you are telling me that the APC is the same with other political parties? No. For Nigeria to even start thinking of forging ahead, we must get rid of the APC. That is the very first thing we must do before we think of getting this country back. Anyway, make I leave am here. Make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away. Don't go away.